So yesterday I had the roles reversed. I was the client and I was being worked on by the very beautiful Tara, which I was super excited about. So I like to go running and I have been for a few months now, starting to get into it. And I've been keeping everything happy, icing when needed, stretching. I do a bit of rolling as well. I was doing some exercises to help keep the right muscles active. But then it was getting to a point where my right leg was quite sore, to the point where a few days ago I tried to go for a run and I could only push it to 3Ks and couldn't go any further. It was one of those ones where even walking in general, waking up first thing in the morning, my leg was quite sore. To touch, I couldn't quite pinpoint where it hurt, just the general sort of area. So I decided to go get it fixed and looked at properly. So I went and saw Tara. She had a look. She did her assessments as needed, which was really awesome to bounce off each other and for her to, give me some outside sort of assessments. So then we discovered that I have a few issues. So I have instability in my hips and my ankles, which is really not a great thing. It means that my calf muscles are overcompensating for that. We also found that I have really tight hip flexors, which is inhibiting my hip extension in my walk and of course in my run. So we worked on all the areas that needed to be worked. So she basically worked, sorry, I didn't do anything. She basically worked from the lower back down, both front and back, which was really good. I did really enjoy it. And then we discussed what I need to do at home, my homework to make sure that what she's doing is going to work and stick. As I discussed with her, I want to get this fixed for the long run. Just because this is hurting, doesn't mean that other things are going to pop up. And with hip and ankle instability, there are going to be other things. So I have to work on activating my glutes, which is not fun. So I went for a 5K walk this morning. I felt pretty good. I was a little sore in that leg area, but I had to mentally tell myself not to try and push it and concentrate on activating my glutes with every single stride. And let me tell you, it is not fun. I was mentally exhausted by the end of it, just constantly thinking of turning them on. I then went home and did some hip work. So I did some stretching for the hip flexors, my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes. I also did some exercises. So I did my clams and my leg raises. I did 3 sets of 12 for them. Now, depending on who you are, but if you want to give it a go, I definitely recommend making sure that your hips are stable, straight, and you do not roll back and forth when you do the movement of the clams. So only go within that range. If it's half, then that's half. It is what it is, and you've just got to work up to that because there is no stability in there. I did also have a resistance band, which I use, so I definitely felt a burn going on in there. And then there's other things that we can work with. There's a bit of rock taping that we can do. Tara wants to try a little bit of dry needling. So I'm excited. Fingers crossed it is the beginning of fixing this. And I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, that's another really cool thing actually. So in the treatment, we found that laying down face up, my leg was straight from the hip down, so my femur was straight, but then at the knee I sort of actually rotated out, and that's caused from hamstring tightness, sort of pulling it around. I didn't realize that I had any hamstring issues. Of course they're a little bit tight, but I still had plenty of range of motion normally. So that was really cool, something else to work on. And yeah, fingers crossed we have positive movements. I'm going to keep you all posted with that. Thanks.